stressing right. You need some meditation. Don't let them ruin your vibe. No time for rumination. Let's leave it all behind. Take a flight, aviation. Want you, girl, by my side. Let me show my appreciation. I want you here with me. I miss your body, baby. No, I cannot believe that you're still single, lady. Wishing I could retreat. I want you here with me. Be my lover, be my, be my, be my, be my trophy, be my, be my, be my, be my woman, be my lover, be my trophy, be my, be my, the only one I want. Be my preliminary. Let me caress the way I think it's necessary. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, babe. 7 days, are you ready? I don't need to say you know it, girl, you're extraordinary. I want you here with me. I miss your body, baby. No, I cannot believe that you're still single, lady. Wishing I could retreat. I want you here with me. Be my lover, be my, be my, be my, be my trophy, be my, be my, be my, be my woman, be my lover, be my trophy, be my, be my, be my.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiana, but on here I go by the Modern Sim, and today we are back for another episode of Melomania. However, we are switching things up just a bit. In this episode, we will be peeking into our mini worlds of our Melomania Sims. So instead of us just focusing solely on the stories of Miles and Lauren, which will still take priority, in this episode we'll be following a few of their closest friends and loved ones through the days leading up to Love Day. So buckle up everyone, because I've got quite a few stories to tell. So without further ado, let's dive into the week before Love Day. So we're starting this week off on Monday with our young lovers, also known as Lauren and Matt. And in the last few weeks since we've seen Lauren and Matt, they have been steadily becoming closer and closer, and the lines between friends with benefits and boyfriend and girlfriend are becoming more and more blurred. And although they have both been swept up in this interesting arrangement, enjoying the, ambiguity of it all, Matt can't help but want more from this arrangement and has begun to wonder, what are we? So before we hop into the gameplay, just to catch you guys up, since the last time we last seen Lauren, of course she was accepted into the Miller Arts program and has been regularly attending classes. And recently the program has been reminding everyone that the quarterly showcase is coming up soon and that everyone should pretty much be getting their ducks in a row and working on the performances. Now, since this is in the early stages of preparation, she's still in the development process. She doesn't quite know what exactly she's going to be doing or if she will be performing with anyone, but she still wanted to start working on her vocals and throwing some ideas out there for the showcase, which I'm still considering what I want her to do per se, if I want her to do a solo or if I want her to do a duet with someone, possibly even Frankie, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So currently we have Lauren, Matt, and Frankie here at the, I'm gonna just call it the art school because I can't keep saying HM Miller. Even though I came up with the name, I can't keep doing it. But essentially I have Lauren over here practicing to make sure everything is Lauren, you okay, babe? Okay. To make sure everything is fine for the showcase, level up her skill. I think currently she's at singing 6, which feels a bit low, but hey, this is what we're here for. She's learning, she's in school to learn. But of course we have Frankie and Matt over here. Matt is just kind of here for moral support. He technically is not a part of this school, but he likes to hang out with Lauren and Lauren be at the school, in the program. And so is Frankie. Frankie is also a part of the program. I pretty much just want them to like chill here and practice, hang out, and then have them maybe chat about possibly doing a duet together. We shall see. And then after this, Matt and Lauren are going to be heading out to go hang out. It's supposed to be like a group event type of situation, but Matt was like, let's just go alone, because Matt wants to have a talk with Lauren. He wants to have that serious conversation with her regarding how he's feeling about a lot of things. Lauren, she can't hear anything that's going on out here. She's like in her own world practicing, and I feel like Matt is probably just like trying to get hyped up from Frankie, and I feel like Frankie probably would hype him up like, dude, you got this. Because in my mind, Matt has definitely told Frankie about like this conversation he plans to have with Lauren. Frankie's no idiot either. Like he knows what's going on. He sees it. Maybe a couple months ago, like they could have continued to like fake this whole situation, this whole dynamic. I'm talking about Matt and Lauren. Prior to that kickoff, they were flirty, cuddly friends. But ever since that kickoff, he's seen them get a little bit closer. And, Matt has never been shy about talking to ladies and bringing them over the house. That's not something he's ever felt bad about. Matt, did you just change clothes? I could have sworn you were in something else. Oh, they're actually teaching classes. This is so cute. And in a minute, I'll introduce you guys to the rest of the professors in this school. Essentially, Matt has been confiding in Frankie about it. Frankie already knew, but Frankie's very observant and whatnot. But what the? Oh wait, he's just in a flirty mood. Okay, I about to say, because what the heck was that? Speaking of what's called in a flirty mood, listen, off camera, I noticed that Frankie is a good friend. He truly is, because another reason why he noticed whole thing going on with Matt and Lauren is because during the kickoff, he actually was like flirting with Lauren. He ended up getting an attractiveness alert for her, and then he also tried to do a suggestive look towards her and whatnot. I shut it down because I knew what was gonna happen. Like, she's kind of more with Matt at that point. Frankie didn't really know that. Goodbye. Oh, he's about to leave. Oh no. But he's like genuinely attracted to Lauren. And I think that's partially why he noticed what was going on, because one, he paid attention to his friend. I think he did have a little bit of interest in Lauren. Listen, Lauren is a baddie. Like, everyone wants Lauren. Like, and I'm not just saying that because she's my sim. Like, genuinely everyone would be one Lauren. Like, she's cute, she's funny, she has a great personality, she can sing. Like, people be wanting Lauren. Lauren is cute, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. I had to stop it because I had other people in mind for him. Frankie, I love Frankie though. He's so cute to me. It is currently 3:37. I have Matt and Lauren leave here around like 5 p.m. to head to, it's like a thrifty shop, and that's where they'll have their serious conversation. But I do want Lauren to chat with her professors. This is one of the professors, one of the other teachers that I should want to go ahead and introduce you to. This is Eloise Fairchild. She is the dance teacher. She focuses primarily on dance. Of course, she is over the ballet group that we met first episode or second episode with Sydney. So this is Sydney's teacher, essentially. She teaches everyone. Everyone is required to take like a dance class or something. She actually is a Bright Chester alum, but she works here at Foxbury. And yeah, she's really cool. And she low-key lows at the lowest key, like pretty much essentially all female teachers except for Mr. Lind, who was the only male teacher, which I wasn't planning to do that, but it just turned out that way. You want to get another male teacher in here just to balance out some of this energy that's going on. But her and Mr. Lind, I don't know, like they at first I thought Mr. Lind had something going on with Crystal Marlowe, the one we met in the audition episode, but Miss Eloise and Mr. Lind, I'd be like, y'all got some interesting energy going on. Even in prepping for this episode, I had my sims out and about doing various different things or whatever, and they were like constantly like showing up at Lost together and hanging out. And I was like, y'all go together or something? Like, but anyways, this is Miss Eloise. She's in here for some reason. She's supposed to be downstairs in the dance room teaching dance, but she can hold a multitude of lectures. So she doesn't just do like dance. She does like music theory as well. And then we have Miss Samantha Perez. She is the head art teacher in this program. She teaches a multitude of things. So sculpting, painting, pottery, like she does it all essentially. She's really close with all the teachers, but particularly she's closest to Crystal. They seem to have really good time together. But Samantha's just really chill. Oh, look at them outside doing work. Oh, this is so cute. So I'm gonna have her use the bathroom first, and then we'll have Lauren talk to Crystal about the upcoming performance and maybe get her opinion on, girl, put the mic down. Put the mic down, queen. You're good. You've done enough practicing for today. What? They in this damn room. Alan, Lynn, and Rebecca are doing the deed. Oh my gosh. Listen, Rebecca's technically a student, and I feel like that was tea we was going to get into in another episode, but Mr. Lind, how am I gonna put this? He's very stoic, but with certain students, he's a lot less stoic. Let's just say that. And so technically they're all adults, and there's no like real rule against that. However, it is frowned upon, right? It is like, you should not be with any students. But sir, what? What type of debauchery? Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Mr. Lin, please. I'm gonna pretend like that's not canon. I can't have that be canon. Mr. Lin is a little flirty with some students, right? He is a little less stoic, I should say, with some certain students than he is with others. But that whole thing that's happening right here, we're not gonna say that's canon. That's not happening. That's not happening at all, okay? She's done in the bathroom. I'm gonna go ahead and have her talk to Mrs. Crystal, and then after this, we'll have her head to the bubble tea place. Okay, we'll discuss color theory. Okay, I had to go and brighten some things up, but I think, at this point, Lauren is having a conversation with, both of the teachers about like what she could possibly do for the showcase. This is her first time in the showcase, of course, since she just got in the program. All the other people that'll be participating have been in the program for a while, so she doesn't really know what to expect. And so she's just asking them like tips, like, okay, so should I do like a duet? Like Crystal will be like, maybe a duet might be best because, a lot of the students, when they get into the program and they do the showcase, they usually do tend towards duets. It's a safer option, but if you do want to sing alone, you do have an amazing voice. I can help you out with your performance a little bit if you want some more tips or something. Like, that's how I feel like their conversation is going. And I was like, okay, well, I'll keep that in mind. Girl, what are you about to say to these teachers? Ask due date? No. Lauren, could you imagine? She asked the due date and was like, oh, wow. And you're pregnant, huh? But anyway, since it's already 5:30, I'm going to go ahead and have Lauren meet Matt down at the Thrifty Boba spot. And I will see you guys when we get there. Alright guys, so we have made it to the Thrift Tea and Boba shop here in Brightchester, and I kind of just want them to, Matt, Matt, please. Lauren has noticed that Matt's eyes are leaning more and more. She'll be accepting advances, of course. It's the whole point of the conversation we're about to have, but please. He's so funny, but I kind of just want them to be here, like, for a little bit before we get into the serious conversation, just to, like, chill a little bit, vibe, get this some drinks. Order food. We'll get her a fried chicken slider. Eyeing a catch, girl. 2 seconds and he's like, oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. She's stunning. She has a want to become disliked by Andre from being unfriendly. Declare love publicly. Girly, he don't even know you like him like that, for real. I feel like she'll talk to him about what's happening for the rest of the week, like what's happening later in this week. So technically on Wednesday, it is her brother's birthday. And they're supposed to be like going to like her dad's house to celebrate his birthday with the whole family. So her mom, her dad, her brother, and her grandma will be at her daddy's house. Girl, what? Will be at her dad celebrating her brother's birthday. Basically, all the relationships, she has an okay relationship with her brother. They're a little distant, but they talk every now and then. And then with Andre, she has a poor relationship because of everything that happened with her mother. So I definitely think she's letting him in and being like, yeah, like we're supposed to be going for my brother's birthday, and I just really would rather not celebrate his birthday with everyone, but this is one of the biggest times, of the year for us. We don't really get together like that often, so because I keep getting distracted by the fashion show, so I'm having them come up here. She's learned that Matt is neat. He has a hero archetype, which makes sense why he would be pursuing Lauren so heavy at this point, because he kind of wants to like even though like my girl, she got daddy issues, clearly, but like, you know what I'm saying, like the swoop and save her, he wants to take care of her, make sure she's cherished, especially he's always wanted that, but especially now, like he wants the exclusive rights to that position. So essentially she's filling him in on her mixed feelings about this whole situation, about, you know, everyone meeting up together. She knows that things are still awkward between her parents, naturally, and then of course they're awkward between her and her dad, because they don't really talk like that. He will message her or whatnot, she'll kind of respond, but not really. Girly, put the homework away. You can see how she's treating this as like a casual link up, like this is just something that they always do. So I think it's time at this point to have that serious conversation with Lauren. Passionate kids talk about love. I think how I'll start this conversation is we'll ask about relationship goals and then ask opinion about exclusivity. All right, we'll do that. Hopefully it doesn't get too dark up here. If not, I will pause and put a random spotlight. Okay, he's asking, so what are your thoughts about, you know, being exclusive? Like, what are your thoughts about relationships? I know in the past you were no relationship type of girl. Oh, I tend to prefer non-exclusive relationships. Actually, this should have been changed. Yeah, I don't know why she still feels this way. It really should be indifferent. Because could you imagine? She was like, no. He's asking her whatever. She's like, you know, I'm open, you know? So he's going to use that as a segue. But essentially, he's like, so, listen, we need to talk. She's like, oh. She literally did it. He's like, I don't know if I like the way that sounds. And he's like, listen, like, you can calm down. Like, it's not bad per se, because I don't think it is. She's like, oh, off to a very interesting start. Okay. And he's like, listen, just listen, please listen, girl. You have been my closest friend and confidant for as long as I can remember, and because of that, I know we can be, you know, open and honest with each other about anything. Mostly. She's like, Matt, where are you going with this? I was like, can you just listen for a second? What I want to tell you, and what I've honestly been wanting to tell you, is that I love you. And not in a friends plus way, but I mean, like, I love you. Like, I want to be with just you. I feel like she'll be like, oh, he's like, listen, you don't have to say anything right now. Like, I get it. You know, I know it takes you a while to figure some things out, especially how you feel. But I just needed to get that off my chest. I feel like he's trying to like over-explain himself. Like, no, because like, you know, I just didn't want to be awkward, and I didn't want to, you know, like just overcomplicate the situation. She's like, Matt, like, it's okay. You can breathe. You can calm down just a little bit. Not her brother. Not her brother coming to join the conversation, buddy. If you don't catch a hint and get the heck out of here, I never see Eric out in the wild. So why are you here? And he's coming to talk to his sister. Like, oh, it's my sister. Hey, girl. Get out of here, Eric. We'll see you in 2 days. Why do you want to become friends with Alan? Gosh. I mean, he's good. He's good at what he does. But girly, you got some skeletons in this club. Not skeletons, but you know what I mean. Are you done? Can I speak now? He's like, yes, I think so. She's like, okay, well, how long have you been feeling like this? And he's like, honestly, probably a long time, but officially since, you know, the kickoff party. She's like, oh, okay, so that explains why you've been so touchy-feely lately. He's like, shut up. She's like, I'm serious. Like, you've just been like following me around like a little puppy. Like, makes sense now. She's like me. She'll like throw some jokes in there to like ease the tension, but she's definitely like, oh, okay, so this is getting serious. So in this moment, she's gonna take a second to, you know, gather her thoughts. But in all seriousness, though, I have been, you know, doing a little thinking for a minute too, and I love you, like love you too. And I feel like he'll be like, are you sure? Like, I'm not just saying this because, you know, you don't want to hurt my feelings or anything like that. She's like, listen, one, I've never been afraid to hurt your feelings, babe. And two, I'm like 98.79% sure. He's like 98.79% sure. He's like, yes. 98.79% sure? Yes. 98.79. She's like, yes. I'm 98.79% sure. Did you not hear me the first time? She's like, I'm very sure. He's like, okay. She's like, okay. The questioning was him like trying to understand like what that could possibly mean in like Lauren terms, because she's never very she's direct. She's very direct and blunt when it's about like surface level things like, oh, that's ugly. This is stupid. I don't want to do that. But when it comes to like the deepness of her feelings, especially towards Matt, she's very like closed off about that, and she like passes it off as like a joke. She's claiming to be a mastermind again. Girl, please stop before you ruin it. But like they're having a moment of like, so you love me? It's like, I guess, but I know you love me, huh? She's like, I guess. She's like, but honestly though, that was kind of obvious. I mean, it's like, shut up. Oh, they're so cute. I loved them so bad. I feel like at this point she'll ask like, okay, so what next? Peaceful emotional release from venting with a friend, feeling a sense of release and relief after letting out emotions that were bottled up inside. He feels peaceful. He feels at peace. Oh, this is so sweet. Wait, let me see. So I want to make sure he's not. Oh, he prefers exclusive romantic relationships. Oh, asked to become romantic partner. Wait. Oh, wow. I'm scared. Hopefully she says yes. She should though. Y'all don't put that homework away. Girl, put it away. Put it down. Thank you. What's next is now I ask you to be my girlfriend. So Lauren, will you be my girlfriend? Oh wait, this is so cute. I'm sorry. So they're exclusive guys. First official relationship from life event. This is the first time Matt is officially in a relationship. Hopefully the commitment will lead to a true partnership and not a devastating separation. I hope so too, buddy. For your sake, I hope so too, and for Lauren's sake, because she already got a lot of baggage. Such a lust for love. Who do you desire? Girly, let's have them watch the stars. Oh, this is so cute. And then we'll have them head home or to Lauren's place, because you know she's like, oh my gosh, like I'm in a relationship now. But I don't think she minds it though, because like they kind of already been in a relationship just without the title. But this is cute. This is too cute. Oh, I love them bad. Okay, they're finally watching the stars together. My goodness. Took 3 tries, but we finally did it. Oh, they're so cute. Sir, if you don't get out of the way, I be forgetting this is a mode we can use. This dude just over here ruining the moment. Oh, this is not a, oh. Let me, yeah, I won't ever be doing that ever again. I do not like ship tab mode. Oh, she was already about to kiss him. She's like, you want to get back to my place? He was like, sure. Oh, asked to take photo. That's cute. Hold on, wait. Let's actually have them take a photo. Y'all would move away from the light source. Oh, they are so cute. Oh, they're too cute. This is too cute, y'all. I love them bad. I do. Okay, that's enough pictures for today. Let's have them. Okay, we'll do an intimate kiss and then we're heading home. Like, it's still a school night. Like, she most definitely got classes in the morning, but they don't care. Oh, they're too cute. I'm obsessed. Like, I know this has to feel different for them. Like, even though they've been, but like, this is like relationship official. Like, y'all together. Y'all can update y'all statuses together, you know? Girl, let me stop this. Actually, let me stop this. No. Ask Lauren on a date. Oh, he wants to ask her on a date. Maybe we'll do that next episode. We don't have time for it this episode. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and have them head back to Lauren's place. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Maybe.
I do for you, yeah, I do for you, yeah. But if it were me, would you go out of your way? If that's what I need, would you do the
right, guys, so we are here with the Browns on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Oh, they are so cute. I love them so much. When I'm playing off camera, I love playing around with all my Sims, but I especially love playing with them because they're so like affectionate. Like they love each other down. Like, oh, they're just too cute. They get real frisky though. They real frisky. Don't let the age fool you, baby. They gets down. So today we're going to be focusing on just these two. Forget Miles. He's just a side character for today. We'll deal with him at the end of the week and what he got going on. So we're just going to ignore him. But it is currently 9:06 a.m. and typically Miles Sr. is, at the restaurant working and Nelly is at her job working. But today Miles told Nelly, hey, take the morning off. I want to take you somewhere, right? Just for a little bit of couple time. They don't really get too much time like they usually get because, as you can see, perfect example, Miles is always there. He's always in the room. He's always watching TV or movies with them. Like they don't really have too much personal alone time. Like he's always just there. They love their son, but he's always just there. So like, Miles, go find some business. Go talk to somebody. You have bigger fish to fry, babes. So I'm gonna go ahead and have them get dressed. I feel like Miles has already told her, like, hey babe, go get dressed. I'm taking you somewhere. But like it's not it's not like somewhere, but it's like we're going somewhere, but not somewhere. You'll see. Oh, they're so cute. Like, oh, okay, y'all. He's like, all right, now go get dressed. She's like, all right. Of all the couples in this series, they're the ones that have it figured out, Like there's a reason why they've been married so long, right? I'm gonna have her brush her teeth too, and then I'm having her change, and then we're gonna have them head out. I don't usually play with, Sims who've been married for years unless it's like my legacy Sims or something like that, but I love them. Like if you know my current household technically that I play off camera but I make videos on occasionally, we do have Sims in there. They're an older couple, the Whitmores, and I love them, but I don't love them as much as I love Miles and Nelly. Like I just love them bad. I'm gonna go ahead and have them head out to their location and I'll see you guys when we get there. Alright guys, so we have made it to their secret location, which really wasn't a secret. We're actually at the Brass Kitchen, which is the restaurant that Miles Sr. owns. New romance dynamic, wholesome. How tender. Nelly and Miles seem to care for each other, both as lovers and friends. Would you describe their dynamic as wholesome? Yes. Oh, this is too cute. I love it. But yeah, they're here at the Brass Kitchen, and this is kind of they haven't had a moment together in a while, but this is kind of reminiscent of what they used to do years ago when Miles first opened the business and he was getting all his ducks in a row and trying out new recipes. It was just a moment that they can have without all the stress of the kids or even Nelly's career. In this moment, he wanted to recapture that. So this is why he has all this setup. He has breakfast for them or brunch, and he has a bottle of wine, apple wine. It's her favorite. But honestly, I love that they got the wholesome family dynamic or romance dynamic because it could have went in either way. More realistically, like wholesome is right. Y'all, I was just about to say they're a lot more frisky, and so a steamy dynamic would actually fit them more. And then boom, Nelly, you're looking astonishingly irresistible right now. I'm really in a mood for a good time. Miles stares deeply into Nelly's eyes. Are you in the mood for a good time too, sir? I don't want them to do anything right now, so because I want them to talk for a little bit before they get frisky. But aside from like relaxing, hangout vibe, he did want to cook her some new items he wanted to add possibly to the menu. Nelly's his like go-to when it comes to like new food and things of that nature. He always wants her opinion on everything, and so this is no different. Miles is kind of just ready to switch things up in the business, especially since business has been a lot slower. Essentially at this point, taking the steps to maybe like possibly restructure the business so they can possibly bring in more customers and better servers. Okay, what are y'all doing? Sir, if you don't get off the ground, Oh, he's proposing, guys. He's proposing. Oh my gosh, that would be so cute if they did like a vow renewal ceremony. Like, that would be so cute. Finally got them seated. I had them come upstairs to this balcony part. I always forget that this part exists, which lets me know like it really is time for Miles to rethink what he's gonna do with his business, because like I feel like so much of his business is kind of being wasted. Maybe he reinvents this and turns it into a lounge. Like he lets the restaurant part go, or he does both, you know what I'm saying? Something. But this just lets me know that like there's so much more we could be doing with this beautiful build. Like it's stunning and we're not doing anything with it, right? So but yeah, so they're just pretty much like chatting and talking about like mundane things in their life. Like Nelly's probably talking about her job. She is up for a promotion. Currently she is the assistant dean, but current dean is I was feeling off today, but you definitely turned me on. Baby, I need y'all to stop. Like we can do this afterwards. Not right now. Oh my gosh, they get on my nerves. You can't even talk for 2 seconds. Wait, what is going on? Okay, he's sharing a secret. Okay. But like I was saying though, Nelly is currently up for a promotion, current assistant dean, and the dean is retiring and is pretty much like putting in a good word, telling Nelly that like she's pretty much got the job. It's just a little bit of formalities there, and she has to present herself a little bit more around campus and things of that nature, because deans are required to like attend certain events and stuff like that. So that's what I think they'll probably be talking about. But I definitely do think Nelly, she knows her husband, and I feel like she will try to talk to him. Would you talk about cooking? Nelly would ask, because she genuinely wants to know like where her husband's thinking. So like, what are your plans for this business? Like I see you've kind of been, I don't know, operating a little different when it comes to this business, and I just want to see, I guess, where your head is at. You know, like he said, he was trying to have her test out some new recipes. Though she doesn't be like in the books or any of the business when it comes to what's happening with the business, she noticed business is not as popping as it used to be. And so I feel like she's like, okay, is this what this is for? Like you're hoping like these recipes you show me could bring in more business? Like what are you trying to do? Like what's going on? And I feel like he'll definitely be like, you know, he's definitely telling her like, yeah, you know, business has been slow, my employees aren't even showing up, and I don't know, something just feels different, you know? Like I feel like the restaurant's missing something. Like I can't put my tongue on it. Is that the phrase? Like I can't quite put my finger on it. That's what it is. Tongue. Girl tongue, what? I don't know. Maybe I just need to like repaint the walls or something. I don't know. Just something's gotta give. He's just pretty much filling her in. Nelly looking at her husband, and she's like listening to what he's saying, and she sees her husband. She knows who he is at his core, and she's like, are you happy? Do you have any regrets or anything like that? And he's like, regrets? Like, I don't have any regrets. Because listen, honey, we are too, he's like, old? And she's like, no, I was going to say young. We are too young to be having regrets. If we're not happy with something, if you're not happy with something, we still have time to change it. So, do you have any regrets? He'll take a second to like really process what she's saying. Like, okay, do I have any regrets? Maybe even about the business, settling down so quickly, because they get married pretty quickly. And you know, Miles had his dream that he wanted to pursue, and that quickly got changed. But does that mean he has regrets, you know, about how everything turned out? But like, you know, truthfully, babe, like I don't have any regrets. I love you, I love our children, I love this restaurant, and I love this, you know, this life that we've built together. However, I don't know, I just been feeling, they're so cute. But I feel like he's just expressing how he's just been feeling a little bit girly. Such a lust for love. Who do you desire? Oh, I wonder who that is. Emotional burnout from a friend venting about their problems. Feeling emotionally drained and exhausted after listening to a friend vent about their problems. Oh no. Feeling a sense of empathy and compassion for a friend going through a tough time. But going back to what they were talking about, I definitely do think he's pretty much saying like he doesn't have any regrets. However, he does feel a little unfulfilled at this moment. He just doesn't feel that same degree of passion and excitement that he necessarily has felt in the past. So Nelly would definitely be like, so, you know, what are you going to change? And I don't think Miles has the answer to that question just yet, but he definitely does know that something has to give. So they keep wanting to sky watch, so maybe I'll have them watch the sky together or something. I don't know. And then I'll let them be what they want to be, which is fresh and frisky. Okay, I don't know where they're gonna do that at, but you know, they're very adventurous, so I'm sure they can find a place. This is so cute. You know what this reminds me of? Back in the first episode, the Machinima episode, where they sat on the bench and they were like being cute together. Like, this is such a like beautiful callback. Like, if I have the footage, which I'm pretty sure I do, I'm gonna add it in here. But like, this is what this reminds me of. Like, it's so like, oh, seeing them so many years later. This is too cute. I love the bad. Does it ever drive you crazy? Just well twice to die. Changes. Like, I don't ever want to see them die. Like, I know that's so premature for this series, but y'all will never see that. The series will end before that happens. And I think this is where you get like the wholesome part of their relationship dynamic from. They're the most stable. They understand each other. They have a deep love for each other. And they're just so cute. Miles Jr. at his very core is a lover boy, so I think he probably gets it from like watching like his relationship with his parents and being like, this is what I want. I want someone who understands me like my mom understands my dad, and my dad understands my mom. And they just fit well together. So I can't end your segment off without a bang. Literally. I'm going to have them woohoo on unconventional object. Technically next door is their old apartment building that Clyde lives. They're just gonna go there. Don't worry, it's not gonna be a gross situation where they're in his bed or anything like that. Well, it's kind of gross either way, because in your son's apartment is crazy. But hey, he's not home and neither is baby girl. So oops, I did not mean to do that. He's like, okay, let's hurry up. Clyde, baby girl should be back soon. Wait, what time is it? Not at 6:37 p.m. No, that's crazy. Where did the time go? But while they're doing that, I do want to quickly show you guys his apartment. I don't think I've ever showed you officially. I did feature it in the first video, but this is technically where Clyde and his daughter are supposed to be living. But of course, since this is a restaurant, technically this part is not active. Like, no one can technically live in here, but this is their original apartment where they used to live. You know, it was just him and two children, Clyde and Kimberly. This is where they used to live, and this was their old bedroom, but it's currently Clyde's. And then this is where baby girl, Miss Kennedy. I didn't really decorate it because I was like, we're probably never going to see the inside of this apartment. Since we're here, I'm showing it to you, but no protection was used. Technically, they're adults, so they technically can get pregnant. Completely satisfied from spectacular woohooing, flying with no parachute. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, I would freaking cry. She's still in a tizzy. She's still in a mood. She still wants some action, which is crazy because you would think that would have helped her, but she's still on 10 for her husband, which I don't blame her. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this cute little date with Miles and Nelly up, and I will see you tomorrow with some craziness. Alright guys, so we find ourselves this Wednesday afternoon at Mr. Eric Williams' house. And then you're probably like, okay, what are we doing here? Well, we are here to celebrate Eric's birthday. About sometime last week, Andre reached out to Brandy about having a little dinner celebration for Eric, and Brandy decided to be nice and tag along, right, and to actually go. Typically what happens is they'll have like two separate like parties for them or whatever, because, you know, things are very much still weird, but all parties included are trying to strengthen their relationship, or at least make things just a little bit less awkward. I just hit play. My goodness. Oh, Mr. Williams, you are something else. Girl, what happened to staying on business? Like, I was about to say, things definitely did start off a little bit rocky and awkward at this little get-together party, but tensions have lessened. Everyone's just like kind of chilling. Wait a darn minute. Confess a trust. Now you're just doing anything, sir. Now you're just doing anything. Also, why are you attracted to Josephine? Ew. I mean, no shade to Josephine, but that's disgusting. Everything is set up for Eric's party. The color scheme is blue and white. Blue is one of Eric's favorite colors. Andre tried to do a little bit of something. He's not the best because he just doesn't know how to decorate, but he did try to do something. But over here in the kitchen, we do have a little bit of a presents pile for him, balloons, and then the birthday cake that Miss Josephine made. But I also am slightly surprised that it's going so well, because the last time that they were all together like this, things were very, very, very much awkward. And especially Eric, he was a little standoffish, and he kind of still is. He usually just like stick to his own world. He's literally zoned out. He's literally zoned out right now. Like, he's not participating in this conversation at all. Like, but the one person he does regularly talk to is actually surprisingly his grandmother. Eric and his grandmother have the best relationship. Like, they're really close. I believe they actually have a close dynamic. Yes, those family members are tight-knit and have a very strong relationship. These Sims will naturally gravitate towards each other and develop strong positive sentiments more easily when spending time together. So he has a distant family dynamic with Brandy and Lauren, and surprisingly he has a strict dynamic with Andre. Andre just wants Eric to be good, not be a, you know, like a bad kid. Like, he's very much kind of, he's not too hard on him, but he is like, okay buddy, you need to tighten it up. Like, he's that type of father. And then also he sees how like treats, you know, his mom. He doesn't like that because he knows he's he is a lot to blame for what happened with the relationship, and he knows that it's unfair for Eric to kind of see his mom as the villain. But like, you know, he's just allowing him to like process it, I guess. But I do think that's something that they definitely need to sit down and have a conversation with Eric about, because he knows kind of what happened with the whole why they broke up, kinda ish. Like, he knows his dad left because he was, you know, overwhelmed in his marriage, but he also does know that his dad tried to come back and his mom shut him down. So in his mind, she's basically the reason for his dad never being around. But we all know what the real true case is, whatever. But like, right now everyone's cordial. Right now everyone's really cordial, which I'm surprised about. Which, like, I can kind of see a little bit why Eric might feel that way. Like, sure, you know, they could have communicated better, and Brandy could have stood up for her marriage and her husband more, especially against her mom and her sister, which I don't think I've ever talked. Well, I think I briefly mentioned Brandy does have a sister. She's somewhere in the deep space of the world because I haven't made her yet. I still keep forgetting to make her, but Brandy does have a sister who is younger than her, and so in my mind she's like the cool fun aunt. And Josephine, okay, you need to cut it out, Andre. Oh my gosh. At the end of the day, it still was Andre's decision to leave his family and not reach out or come back until he was ready to, instead of like trying to come back earlier and try to work things out. But anyway, so it is already 5:45 and we do not have dinner cooked at all, right? So I'm gonna have Andre cook the meal while everyone else just kind of like waits and chats or whatever. I'm so sick of it. It's genuinely crazy that like y'all are in the negative, baby. The relationship status, it's very awkward, but like he keeps trying to flirt with her. But this is a recurring thing anyway. Like, I think I'm gonna do spaghetti. I'm actually gonna have them both cook something together, and the only reason I'm gonna do that is because I imagine that Brandy knows that Andre can't really cook like that. I mean, she was married to him, so she should know, but like, she's like, you know, let me make sure this meal actually comes out edible. I know y'all really don't be in here chefing it up like that. But what I was saying is that Andre does try to like casually text Brandy every now and then, and sometimes it don't be just about the kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course he be trying to check up on Lauren, but yeah, he be trying to be slick with it. I feel like Brandy's like, oh my gosh, I forgot you can't cook. Move, let me help you out. Can't have my son getting food poisoning on this big day. Yes, yes, you need more tomatoes. Yes, mix, yes. He's like, you know, I'm actually surprised you came this time. He's like, he's my son. I mean, why wouldn't I come? And now she's getting tense. I wonder why. Strict family dynamic. What? Brandy usually respects the authority of her older family members and follows the rules, but high expectations that come with such a good reputation can be very stressful at times. So I think she has a strict family dynamic with her mom, if I'm not mistaken. But maybe like this whole situation, she's like, I'm trying to show that like I can work with him. Like, he doesn't run my life or anything like that. Like, I'm fine. But yeah, so we already have the food out here. He put the food on the table, and not you compliment her appearance, babe. You know, your hair looks nice, by the way. She's like, oh, you know, thank you. I should, you know, go wash my hands. Okay, so Eric's already eating. He's like, gosh, finally. He's like, all right, well, I'll leave you to that. She just wants to talk to me today. Like, ugh. I can imagine she's trying to just like be neutral. Like, she really doesn't have anything deeply against Andre. Time has moved on, but she does still have some unresolved feelings there. Multiple unresolved feelings, not just like the romantic kind. Oh my gosh, this reminds me of the first episode, the machinima episode. They were eating spaghetti all as a family. Ugh. Loyal trait from a loyal sim. Nothing beats being surrounded by people they can trust. Well, mostly. But, you know, I can imagine how conflicted Brandy is, considering when he flirts with her, she receives the flirt. So, like I was saying earlier, has romantic feelings towards him. Listen to Josephine's complaints, talking about cloudy weather. She's like, yeah, I've been trying to get back to my flowers in the back, but it just been so cloudy, nothing hardly growing back there. Like, Andre would definitely try to start a conversation. He's like, so Lauren, like, how's school? Are you still doing music? And I feel like Brandy would definitely try to like interject and brag about her and be like, yeah, well, actually, she got into that, what's it called again, honey? The HM Miller something program. He's like, oh, that's so cool, He was like, actually, a friend of mine gave me this guy's contact info. Apparently, he was like some up and coming producer in Del Sol or something like that. I don't remember all the details, but I can give you, his contact info if you like. Maybe he can help you. And she's like, no, I'm I'm fine, So you sure? She's like, yeah, I have, plenty of help. Well, if you ever need his info, just let me know. She's like, oh, okay. Oh, he likes stories. That's fine, Andre. You can like stories. I do feel like Lauren is trying to like be, decent, interact with her dad, especially not make a scene or anything like that. But she still does have some like hesitation, towards her dad, and she thinks she, has certain things figured out, especially music. She's like, it doesn't even matter. Like, she's like, that's what the program is for. So I don't. He's like, well, what about you, Brandy? Do you still sing? She's like, oh no. I let that dream go a long time ago. Well, I feel like he's talking to Lauren at this point now. He's like, your mother was one of the best singers I knew. She just, had that type of voice that. He's like, I don't believe in all that mythological stuff, but she was kind of like a siren. Everyone was just kind of drawn to her voice. I had to like chase all the guys away after her performances. And I bet Miss Josephine in this moment be a little shady, like, I bet you did. I bet you did. And Brandy's like, yes, I did, but that, that was a long time ago, and I've moved past that and more since. So, but I think it's interesting that Brandy keeps like hopping out of the conversation. Every time I try to have them like talk, like she says a couple things and then she like jumps out the conversation. Like she's kind of just standing there listening to everything that everyone else is saying. I feel like Miss Josephine would be like, okay, well, no, that was nice, but we should get to cutting this cake now. I want some sweet. Like she was like, dang, like how long we gonna keep talking before we cut this cake? And they're like, all right, we got the cake out. Happy birthday, dear Eric. And I be getting emotional, like this is real. Happy birthday to you. I'm like, oh, you did it. Woo. The way I didn't even finish the song. You did confetti. Oh, that's so nice. He's like, yeah, son. Eric probably turned like 17 or something. Like, we should have had Lauren sing for him. Happy birthday, Eric. This is the song I wrote for you. Oh, not you stopping. Dirty Gun Tracks. I wish I could have did like a duet between her and her mom. That would have been so cute. But we'll just have Lauren sing for him. Have you seen that scene from the movie Sing? Like at the beginning of the movie where the elephant, I can't think of her name, is singing Happy Birthday. I feel like this is her. Like, okay, what time is it? All right, everyone should come grab a piece. Y'all need to stop, please. Lauren's just ignoring it because she's like, I can't with y'all today. Oh, they're gonna sit together on the couch. She doesn't really know what to talk to him about, but she's like, so how's school? And he's like, school's okay, I guess. In my mind, Eric is the type to be really good at school, and it's not just because of glasses, but I feel like he's low-key like a nerd. Now she didn't came all the way upstairs to eat. Girl, if you don't go back downstairs, please. She was utterly disgusted by him trying to make a pass at her daughter again. Like, she's like, I can't believe that he was trying to flirt with her. Like, I had to get up out of there. And I don't blame you, Miss Josephine. He broke your daughter's heart. All right, so I'm gonna have him come in here and see if he can open a present. Add presents to the pile. He's like, all right, here's my gift. Here's my gift. And then we're all gonna open gifts together, even though technically it's just really for Eric, but just so we're all included. Come on, Eric, come open a present, babe. It's like, I wonder what I got. That's for me. That's Lauren's gift, I guess. He got candles. Oh, but he will treasure it. Wow, okay. As long as you're happy, babe. Not zone out again. And then we'll have him open another present. And let's just say this one's from his mom. All right, grab you another one. This one's from your mom. This one's from me, sweetheart. He's like, oh, okay. He got a hopper. She got a spice rack. I imagine this is Andre's gift to her. He's like, I know we're technically only giving gifts to Eric for his birthday, but I saw this in the store and I thought of you. And so he gave it to her. He gave her a little gifty gift. Since he's done, I do want him to play a little game, play online, play multiplayer game with his sister he can play with. And then after this, we're gonna go ahead and clean up a raw antique teapot. You know what? Oh, she don't like it. She said boo. She don't want nothing from Andre. That's so funny. Okay, yeah, have her watch game. Since Brandy's already cleaning up the dishes, we'll go ahead and have her clean up the dishes and such, and then we'll have Andre put this cake away. But this is so cute. Them playing a little gamey game together. Oh, I love this for them. I feel like this is a step in the right direction, especially for Lauren and her brother, because she does definitely want that relationship with her brother. But you know, things have been weird. But it's okay. Things are getting better though. And this is so cute. So I know you're probably wondering why we are in Ciudad Enamorada in the middle of the week, but you should be asking who is in Ciudad Enamorada in the middle of the week. Well, friends, besides the locals, it is here that we find Miss Kimberly Brown on a surprise vacation with her boyfriend Dorian. And I use the word boyfriend very, very loosely because these two aren't quite official yet. And we'll get into the why in just a second. But Kimberly has essentially found herself in a peculiar situation. One that she normally avoids being in at all costs, but this time is having the time of her life playing the role. As you may remember from Kimberly's initial introduction, she seems to have it, all together. Most people know her as sweet old Kimberly, who is a shark in the courtroom, but we and a few of her past suitors know that Kimberly has a sort of a deviant side. By day, she is an revered entertainment lawyer, and by night, she is anything or anyone she decides to be. But of course, she has her favorites. But unbeknownst to Kimberly, at least initially, her boyfriend Dorian has cast her as the secret mistress in his film called Infidelity. But before we get too far into this mess, I do want to quickly introduce you guys to Kimberly's boyfriend. So this is Mr. Dorian Pierce. He's 35 years old. He is a pilot from San Myshuno, and he has the traits self-absorbed, materialistic, and romantic. And on top of that, he is very much married. But essentially how him and Kimberly met, it was one night after work. Her and a couple of friends decided that they were going to go to a nightclub, and it is there where she met Mr. Dorian. He spotted her across the club, and he decided, I want that. And so he struck up a conversation, and then they chatted for a little bit, and then Kimberly being Kimberly, she took him home. And things definitely did progress from there. But essentially, he told Kimberly that he was in fact married before he was divorced. The story was, he married his college sweetheart, and they ended up divorcing a few years later for reasons. But, Kimberly being Kimberly, she's going to get to the bottom of things. She's going to fact check. She wouldn't be this far in her career if she had not done that. She would later find out that that was all actually a lie, and he is still very much married. But the kicker is, he doesn't know that Kimberly actually knows that he is married, and she has known for months now. He's thinking, he's in control. He's got all the cards. He's got her under his spell. But actually, she is the one who really holds all the power, at least for now. But yes, this is Mr. Dorian. But yeah, he don't know about Kimberly. He don't know that she's very much a man eater. Which is why I love Kimberly so much. Like, she's so funny, and I'll get into Kimberly's motives behind this in just a minute. Before I do any of that, we are in, like I said, Ciudad and Namorada. Yesterday, he called Kimberly up, and he was like, listen, pack your bags, because after work, I'm taking you on a trip. And, she did exactly that, and he flew them out to Ciudad and Namorada for the weekend. He thinks he's just, showing his boo how much, he cherishes her, and he likes her, and he thinks about her. But Kimberly's no idiot, She knows the timing is very suspicious. Love Day is literally a couple days away, and she knows why she is really here, because he's not going to spend no time away from his wife on Love Day. He most likely has plans. And so he thought, let me take the mistress out for the weekend. And that's exactly what he's doing, okay? He ain't slick. But I definitely did decide to include Kimberly in this video because I did want to give you guys a little bit of a taste of her story. I know I said in the previous episode that I want to do a dedicated Kimberly and Clyde episode, and I'm still going to do that, but I definitely felt like I can give y'all a little sneak peek tease into what she be getting herself into. They do have plans for later tonight to go out to a club or something and vibe and have fun. Eternal optimism from being a love bug. Is there anything more exciting than love? Kimberly Brown doesn't think so. She's so funny. But speaking about Kimberly and what she's thinking in this moment, especially about herself, Kimberly is a very confident woman and does not hold back, especially her tongue. She is not usually one who operates in this type of space in the situation. She's not usually another woman. She very much goes after single guys, at least that she knows of. She hasn't intentionally went after anyone who was married, and she doesn't like the idea of being someone's side piece. That's not something that necessarily appeals to her. But this situation is strangely enough doing something for her ego. Like I mentioned before, she very much loves to be the center of attention. She likes for people to be drawn to her. She feeds off of that energy of people wanting to get to know her, wanting to be around her. She gets comfort. It's like a power to her, right? And something about the situation, especially the fact that she knows what's really happening, that has made her the mistress. But the fact that she knows and she's going along with it, she feels like she's really the one that's in control, doing something for her ego. She wholeheartedly believes that she can pull anyone that she wants to pull. And married men are no exception, but she does not go after married men. She might flirt with them a little bit, but she goes about her way. But something about the situation and then finding out that he was being so secretive and has been lying to her, she's just getting evil, not evil, but she's just getting an excitement from it. Ooh, I know what you think I don't know. and I'm just gonna play the part, and I'm gonna have fun while I do it. You know what I'm saying? So this is what Kimberly it's been thinking. But it is already, I think, almost 2:30, and so I'm gonna have them like I said, chill around the house for a little bit. I do want them to leave at around like 5, 6 ish to like head out. I will have Dorian, I guess, cook them something to eat. They're not super hungry. I do want them to at least eat something. I think he's really like doing something when it comes to this whole like this is his first time like actually having a mistress. It sounds crazy, but like he hasn't cheated on his wife before. He's thought about it. He's done a little bit of something, but he's never gone to this extent, like flying people out, you know what I'm saying, to see that in a Marauder, you know what I'm saying, for a week or a weekend. Of course, he meets a lot of ladies and stuff. He is a pilot, an international pilot too. So like he meets and engages with a lot of people. And so he do be flirting a little bit, but he don't go to this extreme, you know what I'm saying? Those benefits he get, he's using them on Kimberly. Twisted enough, both of these people do really like each other, like a lot. Like Kimberly being in the situation for this long, she has to like him a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't see her doing all this for someone that she don't even really like all that much, you know? When I was talking about him like being married since college, that is very much true. Like he did marry his college sweetheart and have been together ever since. But like I think as he's been out and seeing the world more and stuff and getting to meet new people, it has like changed his desires. And instead of like just saying, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, he decides to go cheat. So I have to continue to like chat and eat and whatnot, and I will see you guys later at the nightclub. Like I said earlier, she's a man eater. And what I mean by that is like she has multiple suitors. Like she just be collecting men like infinity stones. But the interesting thing about that, when you look at these, right, she has awful compatibility with all these guys, right? Awful or bad. But for her to have such amazing compatibility with Dorian and be very attracted to him, it's an interesting combination. And the one thing I can say to like describe this whole dynamic, I was thinking about that song, if you know that Megan Thee Stallion song, BYS. He lying to me and I'm lying to him. Like this is so perfect way to explain their true motives. Like he think he bagged me, right? And she thinking he initially at least that he was down with her, but got a whole secret plight. But they both at the end of the day are lying to each other. And I think that's so interesting. I love that song. If it gets me bopping. He lying to me and I'm lying to him. Sorry. I do want them to get some drinks from the bar. But yeah, I kind of just want them to vibe for a little bit, be cutesy. And then I'm gonna have her play with his mind a little bit. Because like this is Kimberly we're talking about. Like she loves getting into people's heads. It's literally part of her job, right? Interview Kimberly. Okay, what are you interviewing her about? Maybe he's talking about her job. I feel like her being an entertainment lawyer. Girl, are you pregnant or something? Kimberly, don't ruin nothing for me. We already got enough pregnancies happening. Go sit down, girl. It's just the way her stomach was extended out. It had me concerned. But I think this is where we should finally start doing our probing questions, I guess. Just to make me sweat a little bit. Not that I'm ungrateful or anything, but you know, why did you bring me here? Like why the sudden trip to see it out in Emirata? He said, you know, I just wanted to surprise you. Then I feel like he probably like, I also found out that was scheduled to work, you know, that day and to work all next week actually. Girl, move. Sorry. But he's like, yeah, you know, I found out I have to work next week, the whole week too. But I still, you know, wanted to spend some time with you. You know, perks of being a pilot type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what he's telling her. And then I feel like she'd be like, well, I'm so glad you told me. I had this whole surprise, you know, night plan, you know, but I guess, you know, this is better. She said, which reminds me, I do need to go ahead and cancel that box order. I'll just redirect it to my apartment instead of yours. I feel like she's just saying that to like get in his head. Like she really got nothing going in his house, like just to get in his head a little bit. Like, yeah, I was gonna send them to your house, your apartment, but you know, I won't this time. Just to see if she can catch him slipping, make him sweat a little bit. Very calculated. I love that for her. Be good at like redirecting something like, you know, yeah, you don't have to give me a gift or anything, like, you know, your presence alone tonight is enough, so it doesn't even matter. This is the only gift I need. Now she in a conversation with Moses, you're not supposed to be here. We're gonna pretend like you're not. Get out of this conversation, babe. Feeling flirty from the alcohol induced romantic atmosphere. He's just feeling very confident, and I bet he is. The fact that he thinks he's doing something, like he is kind of a villain, but I would say maybe stop making him seem so much like a villain, you know. He is one. Even though we know his opinion on exclusivity, I do want to see like what he would say to her. Like she's really not trying to be tied down to no relationship anyway, but I think she'll just try to make him squirm. You know, this trip is so I've never had anyone do this for me. Like you must be doing this with all your ladies or something like that. He's like, no, just you. Oh, you must like me or something. Like me for real, for real. He's like, well, we're here, aren't we? Like, oh, you must be trying to make this official, you know. You must be trying to wife me up or something. Like, he tends to prefer non-exclusive relationships, like we know. But I definitely do think like he'll be like, oh no, not that he's not ready for a relationship or something like that, but like, yeah, I just like to take my time, you know, with my past, you know. I'm not ready for something super exclusive, but I can see something with you, you know, type stupid stuff like that. Like, girl, like you can read through them, you can tell they're lying. She's like, well, since you brought that up, I've been wanting to ask you, like, what do you think about marriage? And he was like, oh, you trying to marry me? She's like, no, not like that, but like marriage. Like, why'd I change her voice? What do you think about it? Like, I know with your history, like, I can understand you not being ready to get married or maybe even ever get married after what you describe about your divorce and stuff. He's like, oh yeah, because you know, that was really hard for me, and so you know, I gotta make sure that the person had what? Personality swap? Kimberly has felt the spark of reform. Should she change her love book ways and live more romantically reserved? Love book is like she just be down for love anywhere. Romantically reserved is you gotta get to know her. I think that makes sense for her though. Because the whole love book thing, I guess it would fit more if she was out here actively looking for love. But I think if anything, she'd just be romantic or flirty. So romantically reserved does actually make sense for her. You're not going to get the deepness of her heart until she gets to know you and sees you for what you actually are, right? So this would make sense. And she's definitely not all in it with Dorian or anything like that. She really likes him. She does. But also, like, she's playing him too. So romantically reserved, I'll go with it. I think this is really making her think like, yeah, before I give my heart truly to anyone, like, they gotta be pretty damn spectacular, you know, especially with him because he over here trying to play her. But okay, so I think they've done enough talking. We'll go ahead and have them dance a bit, and then we'll have them, of course, go home. I did just want them to like come out, enjoy the vibes, get a little frisky, flirty, and then like go home or whatever. Since he's feeling so flirty, I really do think that he'll take this opportunity to get a little bit closer to her. Let's do sensual grind. This music sounds real lame though, but I'm sorry, they look too cute. I'm sorry, they do. Get it, girl. She's like, He's like, I can't wait to take you home. Okay, y'all, get a room. Made it groove from clubbing with your partner. Those rhythmic tunes are just what Dorian and his partner need right now. In love from clubbing with your partner. Sims in love. Flirt like fools, oblivious to the world around them. Girl, bye. In love. Let's be for real. So she's getting tired. So I think I'm gonna let them dance for a little bit more. But he does have to pee. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and have him go to the bathroom. And then she'll just sit here and wait for him.
Late nights, red-eye flights, 100 miles, it's too many miles away. I've got red eyes from every night I've cried since you've been away. Every phone call went missing, and every text left unread, but I can't seem to forget. Say my name, say my name. So why don't you call it? Say my name, say my name, say my name. I just wanna hear you say, hey. So why don't you just say it? Compromised all the time. We could spend so you could live your dreams on the road. Even though I needed you home, but how was I supposed to know that I'd be so alone for this long? You know I believe in your vision, listen, baby, I just need you here, so you can say it. Say my name.
So since the last time we seen Miles, which is a little over a month ago in game, a lot has changed. He had his brief reunion with Nyla. He has been a lot more upbeat, adventurous, and a little reckless. Now prior to this, he was already tiptoeing down this road, but now he is full-blown sprinting. And in the interim has definitely ran into a few deterrents along the way. The biggest one being the sudden revelation that Iris was pregnant. Now, this discovery truly came out of left field for Miles, Iris, and me. But at first, Miles was confused at how something like this could have happened. Usually the two are very, very safe. Then he swiftly remembered a few impromptu moments between the two, and the likelihood increased exponentially. It has been a few weeks since the discovery that Iris was pregnant, and swiftly after telling Miles the news, the two booked a doctor's appointment to see what was actually going on before they made any decisions. But sadly, before the day could come, Iris ended up losing the baby. So we are actually picking up this story in the strange aftermath of the last few weeks. Alright guys, so we have finally made it to Friday, and here we are starting off our day with Miles as he does a little bit of music. He's been very inspired lately. He's definitely been going through a lot of things, so he's been using that inspiration and those feelings to new music. So that is what he's doing right now. So it's a little after 12 p.m. I'm gonna have him do this for a little bit more, but I do want to quickly talk about his plans for today. So later today he will actually be going on a group date with Gael, Ashley, Iris, Caleb, and Blair in the city, and the vibes will definitely be very chill and low-key. But until then, we'll just have him vibing at the house, and I'll catch you guys up on what's been going on in the chaos of his life. But TLDR, Miles is a confused hot mess. Okay, ever since the breakup with Nyla in general, it's like his eyes have been open to the rainbow of women that he's surrounded with. He's definitely been getting like so many attractiveness alerts, and it doesn't help that he's had like Gael in his ear, encouraging him to like dip and dabble. Okay, the weird thing is he very much still has feelings for Nyla. He has emerging feelings for Iris, and he has a little bit of a tension with Ashley. And then on top of that, the whole pregnancy situation has added another layer. So like I was saying, he's very much a confused hot mess. I'm gonna have him head out around like 5-ish to go to the city and meet up with everyone. It's currently 1, so I do want to go ahead and get him ready. You can stop doing this. His needs are particularly fine. I will have him at least brush his teeth, and then we'll go downstairs and have him eat something. But speaking of dating and romance, before we get too much into the situation with Iris, I do want to quickly address Nyla. So a month ago is when the whole situation with Nyla coming over out of the blue happened, and the two have been regularly in contact since then. Like they call each other and text each other a couple times a week. That's kind of what's been happening on that front, but a lot of the things that they talk about is like work, his music, possibly having him fly out to Del Sol Valley for a weekend, the good old days, and a couple things more and whatnot. But in all of that chatting, Miles has definitely not told Nyla about pregnancy or even how close he is with Iris. She's aware that Miles is very much a free agent. Like he can go on dates and go see other people. But I do think Miles she knows that this is a possibility, and I don't think she has ever considered that it could be real and that he can actually be out there seeing people. In a way, Nyla is a bit self-absorbed when it comes to that. Like, of course, like I guess because she also knows that like when she was with him, he was very much like a lover boy. One girl is enough for me. And so like I think in her mind, like he's still in that mentality, and he kind of is. He's like not fighting it, but like he's opening himself up to a different reality. Miles actually is different. Like he doesn't think Nyla has only hasn't seen anyone, hasn't gone on dates. He very much a firm believer that she is. Like he doesn't doubt it for a second. Like at least 1 or 2 dates, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not impossible for him to conceive, but for Nyla it's like a little bit like, I don't think he's not that he doesn't care, because I definitely do think it does sting a little bit just thinking about the fact like, yo, this girl that I thought I was gonna marry could be out there having dates with other people. But I think it doesn't hurt as much as Nyla would expect it to, or that he even thinks it would, you know. But I am gonna have him talk to his dad since his social need is pretty low. But I guess we can finally transition to what's been going on with him and Iris. So Miles has definitely gotten closer to her and has a deeper respect and interest in her. And I think this is part to do with, you know, the pregnancy loss. Essentially, these two are the only ones that know about it, so it has definitely brought them closer. Both have expressed their, you know, their sadness, guilt, but also relief regarding the situation. But I do want to quickly talk about the situation, how it occurred. But basically, when I was playing off cam in preparation for this episode, Iris had asked Miles out on a date, and of course he agreed. And then like they got to the date location, and in minutes he had prompted her to go like woohoo. Then they went to go woohoo in the trash can. This is none of my doing. This is all them, autonomous. And I was like, y'all are just so weird. And this is the day that they actually did end up conceiving the baby. Fast forward a couple days later, I was playing in Lauren's household. Then I came back to Miles, and then Gael had asked like Miles to come over. I was like, you know, let's just make it like a double date situation. And so I had them like go to a coffee shop, right? And so everyone was there, and in this coffee shop, like half of it is the cafe and the other half is a bookstore. And Iris was just like in the bookstore. Everyone else was in the cafe, but she was in the bookstore. And I was like, okay, let me have her come over here. She was good enough to put a book away that she was reading. This from the top down angle. I was looking at her and I was like, why does her like skirt look weird? Like something's wrong with her outfit. Like then I go to get closer to see like what could be wrong with her outfit, and that's when I discovered the baby bump, and I was thrown off so bad. And then I was like, you know, it's probably neighborhood stories. So I'm like, let me just go and check. So I go to MC pregnancy, and sure enough, the baby's father is Miles. And I was like, oh oh Miles, oh no. I considered just pretending like that didn't happen and moving on with life. But then I was like, you know what, I thought about it and I was like, Miles has been acting crazy. He has been acting pretty reckless and not thinking about the consequences of his actions. So we're gonna have him have to deal with the situation, right? So I went ahead, I controlled her and had her tell Miles that she was pregnant. And y'all, I was cackling at my screen because something about like the animation of like him finding out was so funny to me. And I was just like, this is all your fault, man. Like this is all you, not my doing. This was you. They both were shocked, you know, very upset about the whole situation. And so like later on, like they talked for a little bit and they were like kind of cool, not as panicked as before. And then he just invited her to come over and I guess like spend the night, like to comfort her or whatever. Sadly, in the middle of the night while they were sleeping, I did get a pop-up that said something was wrong with the pregnancy, and Iris and Miles did have to go to the emergency room. That is when they said that Iris has lost the pregnancy. They came back there very sad. I believe the moodlet that they got was something along the lines of being relieved but very sad, only because, and this came out because neither of them wanted technically to have a baby, especially in this type of situation, but they still felt the loss of what could have been, I guess. To sum it all up, that's pretty much what happened. And since then, they have like mostly processed their feelings about the situation and have like decided to move forward. But you know, it has been about a week since Miles and Iris have actually spoken or seen each other, which is not very common for them anyway. Like prior to this, they were talking to each other, seeing each other very regularly, and even up to the week before this, which is randomly, she just kind of fell off the face of the earth for a second. But I can imagine this is just an example of her having a moment, especially since everything is still all so fresh. Like this happened a couple weeks ago, right? This whole situation with the pregnancy happened a couple weeks ago, but like they're still dealing with it in their own ways. The interesting thing is though, for some reason before the situation, they both had like wants to become like boyfriend and girlfriend, but you know, because I was switching households so frequently, even though I did pin it, it did end up going away after that. So it's no longer there, but we'll see if it'll pop up again. So it's already 4 o'clock. I'm gonna give him a couple more minutes to chat with his family and stuff like that before I have him head out and meet everyone at the karaoke bar. Cry in closet, embarrassed at work. You should be embarrassed because this outfit's horrendous. Oh, look at them. Oh, she needs something to help with her embarrassment. She's like, I can't do this. Y'all better not do that in his room though. I will say that. We need to get him out of here. We need to get him moved out. I think I'm gonna go ahead have him chill for a little bit more, and I'll see you guys in a few seconds. Alright guys, so we have made it to the karaoke bar, and I do want to quickly address a couple of things because once I unpause this, I don't know what is going to happen. But basically, when I was setting up this whole group karaoke date, Blair ended up getting an attractiveness alert for Miles, because I guess this is her first time like officially meeting him. She's like, gosh, this man is attractive. And so when she got the chance to, she did flirt with him, and he flirted back, and then a little while later he confessed attraction to him. All autonomous, none of my doing. This was all Miles. He decided, and not think about the fact that he's on a group date and she thought she was going to flirt with him, and not think about the fact that she also was on a group date and the person she's supposed to really be flirting with is this guy Caleb. But this doesn't surprise me. She is also the same one who has romance with Gael, and now she has romance with Miles. So I know I said this was going to be a group date, but I didn't think everyone was going to be dating each other, okay? But yeah, I did want to just quickly address that before we start, just in case stuff starts popping off and you're like, when did they get a pink bar? It happened off camera. I do have them set as a group club, so their only objective is to sing. I need to add more activities for them. Drink bar drinks, be romantic, and then we want them to kiss. Yes, I think I'm gonna go ahead and have them move to this room. This is the room I originally had set up. I am going to have to cheat their singing levels because I can't have them all keep singing the same song because they all have the singing level, the same singing level. But anyways, I do want to have Miles quick chat Iris, see where her head's at a little bit, considering, he hasn't heard from her in a week. So I definitely think he'll be asking like, hey, so everything okay? Like, I haven't heard from you in a week, like what's going on? And I feel like she'll be like, sorry for not reaching out, responding. I just needed a little bit of time. And he's like, that's completely understandable. Well, I'm glad you're here now, and to see your pretty face, I feel like, he'll try to smooth it over, you know what I'm saying? Especially after all that Blair stuff, like, even though he is flirting with other girls and they're not official, but he is flirting with other girls, I do think he will still take his time, show the one that he's genuinely actually interested in the most, I should say, compared to the other girls that he values her a little bit. Like, I'm happy you're here, that she actually came, because knowing Iris, she don't come to stuff like this. Why is she thinking about Ashley? What does it say? Woo blanket. He said, well, since you're here, let's go get warm. Where even is a blanket? This lot doesn't have a blanket. I guess we'll find out. I can't believe he's doing this right now. I just want to see she say yes. Oh, girly. Miles, have you learned nothing? I don't even think y'all got protection. Oh my gosh. Well, there must be a blanket on the roof. See, I told you Miles was being reckless. He has not been thinking. You would have thought, he wouldn't do this, but this is very on brand for them, actually. I can't believe this. Oh gosh, Miles. Well, while he's doing this, let's look at some of these buffs. So that's probably why he was ready for some action. So he was itching for woohoo. From his woohoo drive, hot and heavy while being charismatic. Miles is feeling hot and heavy after that tender, intimate kiss. I fell in love with the way you touch me. Wow. See that? You think they would learn. We're just going to pretend like that didn't happen, guys. Completely satisfied from spectacular woohooing. Nothing is more satisfying than some nice woohoo. Scratched an itch, wrapped in love from woohoo. Together wrapped as one, so much love in one small place. And he's flying from flying with no parachute. And she's completely satisfied too. Okay. Okay, are y'all done? My goodness. Please, the fall to the ground. Y'all are hilarious. I wonder if this is like their way of trying to like resume things. Like, is this Iris being like her agreeing? Is her being like, I told you I'm fine. I just needed a minute away. Like, So we can continue to do this, like trying to cover up the fact that she is like possibly going through something still. And I think he is too. I don't think they can just really just get over like what just happened to them, but I think this is the easiest way for them, is to like fall back into default, and I don't say pretend like nothing happened, but essentially like pretend like nothing happened. So I do want them to sing a little karaoke. Is everybody else still in the room? Everyone else is still in the room. What? So Ashley's on one. Such a lustful love. Who do you desire? Really? Who is it about though? That can't be about Caleb. Or honestly, it could be for Miles too. But I want them to go ahead, kiss. He's like, okay, well, let's go back downstairs. I'm gonna have her sing a solo. Okay, so Gael's about to lay it on thick. Okay, she's not bad. She said, let me get up out of here. And Miles is just watching her thinking like, she can't really sing, girl. They're like, boo, that's crazy. Y'all supposed to be clapping her up. I'm gonna have Ashley sing a duet, but I do think she'll try to sing one with Miles. She'll be like, oh my gosh, Miles, let's sing a duet. And he's like, okay, sure. Because Miles is Miles. She said, let me hear some of those vocals people keep talking about. Okay, I'm ready to hear Miles sing. Okay, so he's trying not to embarrass her. He's not trying to embarrass her with his vocals. He was up there for moral support. Miles has noticed that Iris' eyes are lingering on them more and more. There's an intensity to their stare. With their attention fixed squarely upon them, this may be a chance to move things in a more intimate direction. So she is looking at Miles and she's like, he's just so God up there. She was like, he didn't sing not one bit, but like I admire the fact that like he let Ashley have her moment. Like he didn't try to outshine her. Turned on by it, I guess. She's like, yeah, like he's such a nice guy. Oh my gosh, intense lust. So much lust makes you uncomfortable. It would be wise to find a way to release this tension. Girl, she's going through it. And it ain't because of Gael, I can tell you that for sure. Her eardrums from watching a bad karaoke performance. Most Sims usually love that song, but not when it's sung like that. Oh my gosh, he's roasting her. He wants to play woohoo. Okay, maybe we can do that in another episode. I feel like Ashley would try to, oh my gosh. If anything results from this, I am deleting it. But I do think she would try to get a little nosy. Are you like okay? And she's like, what do you mean? Oh my gosh, I can't if you start singing. You know what? Hold on, pause. I don't think I've addressed this. I did end up giving Ashley a makeover. I just realized, I was like, she looks kind of cute right here. And then I realized I never addressed it. I did give Ashley a makeover. She wasn't supposed to be anything in this story, honestly. She was literally just a background townie. She wasn't supposed to have like any like significance or whatever. So that's why she looked very like townie. But because she's like, I guess more in the story, I thought it'd be best to go ahead and give her a little makeover. Anyways, Ashley's like, for a moment there, I just was like seeing you were acting a bit like distant, weird tonight. I just want to check on you, girl to girl. And she's like, oh yeah, I was fine. I just had a little moment. And she's like, well, it was good that Miles was there to comfort you. He's such a good guy and clearly an amazing boyfriend. But Miles and I, we aren't dating. Like he isn't my boyfriend or anything like that. She's like, oh, my mistake. I just thought you were. It's like just the way you guys like interact and talk about each other before, like just gave dating, but she's like, yeah, we're not. She's like, well, that's good to know. She's like, good to know. She's like, good to know why. She's like, oh, no reason. Sorry that slipped out. It's like an automated response of mine. She's like, well, I'm gonna go, I don't know, get a drink or something. Well, while they're doing that, I do want Miles to go ahead and at least do a little karaoke by himself, since we really didn't get to hear him sing. Oh, never mind. Blair's literally up there, so I guess. Okay, so it's 2:08. I'm gonna let them chill for just a little bit longer, and then I am going to have them go ahead and go. And then I think I'm gonna have Miles invite Iris home for the night. Oh, he's dancing, please. He's like, get it, Blair. He's like, really, her voice is terrible, but I like the song. As someone who's musically talented, I think this must hurt. You're butchering the song, man. I love this song. My dad used to sing this song to me. Y'all, I paused the recording for just a little bit because I wanted to make them come downstairs and get drinks before I had them go home. Tell me why Blair thinks it's appropriate to try to put the moves on Miles. She says, my horoscope told me that I am going to woohoo this week, so I thought I would ask or stars another line today, but they might be later. I feel like Miles wouldn't completely shut her down. He's flirted with her a couple times throughout the night, so like it just would be stupid for him to be like, oh my gosh, up in arms about the fact that she said hey, let's go do. But I'm gonna say stars are not aligned today, but they might be later. I absolutely can't believe she really thought that was appropriate, but I know he's probably going to just switch the conversation and try to talk to Iris about something. All right, so Gael's gonna finally order these drinks. Wait, who is she flirting with now? Blair, are you? And then she's flirting with Gael. Girl, this girl is all over the place. Give a massage to Gael. Girl, she don't know what she wants. I fear everyone might be the problem in this friend group, but I think I'm gonna have Miles go ahead and like pull Iris to the side to like chat because he don't want to talk to everyone, talk to her in front of everyone. So he's like, "Can I talk to you over here for a second?" She's like, "Sure." Now she's facing the wall, please. She's like, "You want to talk?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I kind of just want to check in with you and see if you're okay."
I do for you, yeah, yeah. I do for you, yeah, yeah. I stand in the bleachers, yeah, waving hands till my feet hurt, yeah, yeah. 'Cause you needed a friend, so I was the one who was your right hand when your life was broken. But you're always away when I need you. Out here playing games, yeah, I'm keeping score. 'Cause I do for you, yeah, yeah. I do for you, yeah, yeah. But if it were me, then you go out of your way. If that's what I need, would you do the same? 'Cause I do for you, yeah, yeah. You need a friend, so I was the one who was your right hand when your life was broken. But you're always away when I need you. Out here playing games, yeah, I'm keeping score. 'Cause I do, yeah, yeah. I do for you, yeah, yeah. But if it were me, then you go out of your way. If that's what I need, would you do the same? 'Cause I do for you, yeah, yeah.
All right, guys, I think this is the perfect stopping point for this episode. I know I'm sorry to leave you guys on a sort of cliffhanger, if you will, but I do hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I did want to switch it up just a little bit and really dive into the romantic lives of our Melomania Sims, especially the ones who are, I guess you can call them like background characters, secondary characters to the larger story of Miles and Lauren. But I do hope this episode enticed you a little bit more to stay tuned for what is upcoming in this series. I have a lot of plans, especially with Kimberly and Clyde's story. Let me know in the comments down below if I should do both Kimberly and Clyde or do 2 separate episodes. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.